Hi, I'm Mark Olives, and today I'd like to tell you why you can't tone a muscle. So a lot of people, especially ladies, come to me and they say, I'd like to be in better shape, but I just want to get toned. I don't want to add any muscle. And I say, well, that's really not what you want. What you do want is just the opposite. You want to add muscle because you cannot truly tone a muscle. The reason for that is tone is a neurologic event that starts in your brain. So the way the brain works is you're constantly sending out positive and negative signals to the muscle. Some of those signals are saying contract, some are saying relax. There's a few more that are saying contract than there are relax, and consequently that gives our muscles tone. So there's some solidity or firmness to the muscle. Now if you have a neurologic event like a paralysis, oftentimes you're left with what's called a flaccid muscle. That thing will just be soft and gooey. It will definitely have a different feeling than that of a normal muscle. But to go the other way and increase how solid a muscle feels, you have to have another neurologic event in the form of like a stroke or a head injury. What that's going to do is it's going to impact the number of positive signals greatly outweighing the number of negative or relaxing signals to the muscle. And that makes the muscle extra tight or more toned. But that gives you that appearance of the poor people that, you see them, they're all contracted up. That's increasing muscle tone. Nobody volitionally wants that to happen. That's a bad thing. So when people tell me they want to change the tone of a muscle, what I hear them say is, you just want to be more defined. You want the muscle to feel more firm. The way that's going to happen is you're going to need to do a couple things. One, you're probably going to want to make the muscle grow. Number two, you're going to want to lose some fat. Now the reason you want to lose fat, I usually use a steak example. So if you go and you get a steak at the store, the steak that's going to be softer and easier to cut and melt in your mouth is the one that has more marbling. Well, marbling is fat. The steak that has next to no marbling or white streaks in it, that's a very lean cut. And usually that's a very tough cut. So what we want in our muscles, if we want them to feel more firm, is we want to lose fat. And when you lose fat, you'll lose fat externally to the muscle, but also within the muscle itself. That's what's going to give you tone. But if you didn't build the muscle up, what you'd have is these little skinny limbs because there'd be no size to the muscle. So that's why I tell people you want to build the muscle. And ladies, I tell them, don't worry about getting big. Those images that you have of the female bodybuilders that look like men, the only way they look like men is they're doing an enormous amount of steroids. They've got more male hormones in them than the average man by a long shot. You're not going to have a problem getting muscular and looking terrible. So keep in mind, when you want to look good, when you want to tone the muscle, you've got to train the muscle to enlarge it, and you've got to lose some fat, and that will give you what you want. I hope this helps you out. Thanks.